This is Hollow Knight, the 2017 indie Metroidvania by Team Cherry. What even is a Metroidvania? Metroidvanias are a game subgenre that focuses on ability-based progression and platformer exploration. In other words, Mario if it had Dark Souls difficulty. Oh, and this is Obby Creator, a Roblox game where you make short obbies, and today I'm gonna attempt to make a Metroidvania in it. Obby Creator was kind of made for making obbies, so it's really simple, which will make it quite a challenge to make a Metroidvania in it. But before we can even get to that, we need to figure out what we will even make. Due to Obby Creator's constraints, that won't be able to be as big or as detailed, and since Metroidvanias are usually very long games, I'm only going to make one area. Originally, the concept for this game was that you were going on a quest for Robux, but that seemed too unoriginal. Instead, I figured since Obby Creator's building height vertically was larger than horizontally, it would only make sense for the game to take place underground. I know, super original, but I didn't have another source. And now that we've figured out the theme, we can start building. The first thing I made was a short platform to start on. Then I added a sign to give you some advice about what to do. These signs appear throughout the whole game to give you some helpful tips. A few platforms later and we'll make it to the first unique thing I've made so far. Thin platform. You can jump through the bottom of these thin platforms, but not the top of them. I like those mushrooms from Mario. I made this by having the platform's collision turned off, but when you're on top of the platform it turns on. It took a little while, but I thought it was pretty cool. I've created these thin platforms throughout the entire game because I didn't feel like making another platform pack because I'm lazy. And now we've made it to one of the core Metroidvania mechanics, puzzles. This puzzle uses a rock that you have to push down to get to a higher place. Because of Obby Creator being so simple, this is kind of the only type of puzzle you'll see in this video, but I promise I managed to make it interesting. After I built a few more jumps, I made a new type of platform, the moving platform. I know, real crazy, but I didn't have a lot to work with. Plus, this is just the first area. And if you do want to see me make more areas and finish this game, leave a like and maybe comment giving me ideas for future areas. But now that I made a moving part, I decided to make moving parts that are activated by a button, because that had lots of opportunities for puzzles. Some of these moving parts are more like doors than an actual moving platform, but I don't think anybody really cares. I've played a few different Metroidvanias before, and all of them have one thing in common: spikes. I mean, sometimes it isn't even spikes, it could be lava, acid, or just plain water. Since my game takes place in underground mines, I thought lava would work well, so I put together some nice hot lava, and now we have a real way for the player to die that isn't falling into the abyss. A few puzzles later, I reached what I thought was long enough for the first in the game, although we are far from finished. Right now, the game looks ugly, so I started working on some decorations in the background and even some in the foreground. I made these cave stalagmites that are blurred and black, making them look like they're in the foreground. I also made them closer to your camera so they move at a different speed than the player, making what's called a parallax effect. Then I made some more decoration and realized it was 1 AM, so I finished up the area, got a recording of it, and went to bed. Here's the final result. And that's all for now. If you want me to continue this project, then like and subscribe, and if you have a suggestion for an area or a video idea, leave a comment. See you later, nerds.